Stretch of sunshine before a Friday night rain chance. I'll have the timeline and impacts they could have in your plans coming up. Temperatures are sitting in the 70s now, almost 80 degrees. We're at 78 in Cincinnati, 72 a little bit later on this evening. Looks like we stay nice and quiet and sunny outside. It's been that way for a little while here. Pretty much as soon as we got to about midday, all of the rain that we had around earlier this morning, those thunderstorms, which Mason and over by Loveland did get in on a lot of that thunderstorm activity earlier this morning. But since midday, things have been really quiet and should stay that way for the rest of tonight. Now, as we head into the upcoming weekend, we are going to see the return of some rain. I don't think it's a lot of rain, but still the timing of it could have some impacts on some plans you might have this weekend. So I'll time all that out coming up in a few minutes. Sheree, side tomorrow, but I am already tracking the chance to see a shower out there on Friday. I'll show you the timeline for when you can and cannot expect to see any rainfall coming up. You're watching Cincinnati's WLBT News 5, and we'll be right back. Be very comfortable outside for a lot of us. Sunny out there right now too, 78 in Cincinnati. We have a couple spots that have made it up to about 80. That's the case over in Versailles, Harrison. Seeing temperatures close to 80 up toward Oxford, Hamilton, 79 there, 78 in Batavia, and we're still sitting around 78 degrees in Loveland so far here this evening. Looking at radar, we're quiet across the greater Cincinnati area. You can see a little bit of rainfall north of I-70. More rain earlier this morning. Here's what radar looked like before about 10 o'clock this morning. We had those showers, we had those thunderstorms around the area. If you were north of the river, you picked up most of that rain. Now heading forward into the rest of this evening, again, those thunderstorm clusters going up closer to Columbus, and then another area of some thunderstorm a little bit further north of us. I think all of this likely ends up missing us for the rest of today. So if you've got plans to be out, things you're trying to get done, you're good for the rest of this evening, at least right now. That's how it's all looking for us. Closer to about 75 by 7 o'clock tonight. I mean, just really comfortable outside. Now, as we go into the weekend, we are going to see temperatures warming up even more tomorrow into the 80s for everybody. Widespread low 80s out there tomorrow. Rain chances go up a little bit here on Friday, so we will have to watch that potential for some Friday evening rain, possibly a thunderstorm moving through the area as well. If you're going out to the Reds game, there is that chance that we've got some rain around during some point of the game on Friday. Now, most of it wraps up really early Saturday morning, likely before the sun even has a chance to come up. So we're calling Saturday a mainly dry day, and then the rest of the weekend looks fantastic. We are going to see the chance of some rainfall returning again early next week, but Saturday for the most part and Sunday both look great. Rest of tonight, here's that rain chance staying up closer to Columbus. We'll stay dry here throughout the Cincinnati area tomorrow. A gorgeous dry day as well. A little bit of cloud cover into the afternoon, but overall looks really nice out there. Heading into Friday, I want to show you the timeline for some of these showers and thunderstorms here by Friday afternoon. Late Friday afternoon, likely closer to after the kids get home from school, and then closer to about 6 o'clock or so, we'll start to see at least a chance for some rain going up for us here around the Cincinnati area. Not everybody sees it, but there is that potential. And can't rule out the chance of rainfall at the ballpark either Friday night, so something we'll be watching pretty closely. If we don't see rain, it is going to be a really nice game weather-wise. Temperatures in the fall before the weekend officially gets here Friday evening. If that's already your weekend for you, then yes, there is that chance of rain as we get into the upcoming weekend. Across Cincinnati right now, though, things are pretty quiet and dry. Earlier this morning, we had all that rainfall. Some of you picked up some really beneficial rain from Middletown down toward Goshen earlier today. Now I am watching some rain and some thunderstorms that have started to pop up north of Columbus and then north of Fort Wayne. I think generally a lot of this isn't going to be our issue here tonight. Rain chances for us likely hold off until we get to Friday evening. And even as we get closer to the evening time on Friday, I think those rain chances are going to be few and far between for a lot of us. But right now, temperature is soaring closer to 80, 78 in Cincinnati, a south-southwest breeze coming in at about 15 miles per hour. So it is going to be a little bit breezy out there at times, but still overall it looks like a nice evening. I'll show you how tomorrow's shaping up, and I'll have more on that Friday rain chance coming up. We're holding on to that rain chance as we approach the upcoming weekend. I do think we stay dry throughout the rest of today, tomorrow as well, but then Friday, our next chance of seeing any wet weather starts to come into play. Here's how it looked earlier this morning as we were right around, again, between anywhere from 7 to 10 o'clock. We had all those thunderstorms roll through. If you were in the metro, a lot of us, with the exception of some of the far eastern neighborhoods, ended up staying dry early this morning. You may have had a little bit of rain overnight last night, but a lot of us in the Cincinnati metro ended up staying dry. Now, the big picture regionally shows a cluster of thunderstorms thunderstorms north of Columbus. That's going to stay to our north and west, and then another area of some thunderstorms up by Fort Wayne. I think generally these are going to fall apart throughout tonight and likely miss us here in Cincinnati. So again, holding with that dry forecast for the rest of this evening into the overnight. Temperatures right now sitting in the upper 70s. You wouldn't even know it rained outside early this morning with this. Sunny, 82 in Hamilton. Blue Ash is sitting at 80. 78 in Anderson. Cold rain sitting around 80 degrees. So we'll stay in the upper 70s for a little while longer here this evening. Down to about 75 by 7. Still sitting in the mid 70s by about 8 o'clock tonight. So if you've got plans for the rest of tonight, looks like it is overall going to be really, really nice across greater Cincinnati for the rest of tonight. You can see Futurecast keeps all those storm chances again to our north and west, a little bit closer to Columbus. And for tomorrow, we'll start the day off dry. I think we see lots of sunshine on Thursday. Looks like a beautiful day with temperatures again topping out in the low 80s, widespread across Cincinnati, not just a town here and there like what we're seeing today. I think tomorrow's going to end up being just a warm day all around town. Then into Friday we go. We've got the chance to see some rain, some thunderstorms by Friday evening. I think a lot of the afternoon is okay. So as the kids are getting off the bus, should still be a nice afternoon out there. But then by the time we get closer to about 5 o'clock or so, we will start to see a few spotty, possibly even scattered rain showers as well as thunderstorms moving into the area. This is key if you're going out Friday night. I think it's still restaurant week around town. So if you were thinking about doing dinner or you're going out to the Reds game, we do have a chance at least of some rain in the forecast for Friday evening. 79 for the high temperature Friday, still topping out in the mid 70s on Saturday. Most of this wet weather should be finished by early Saturday morning. So we'll look at it, looks great. But then heading into next week, we've got the chance to see some more thunderstorms moving in here starting on Monday night. This is going to be overnight Monday into Tuesday morning. So I think for the most part, we'll hold on to a dry day Monday, but then starting overnight Monday into Tuesday. Hey Chris, temperatures are sitting around 76 in Cincinnati. We've got that beautiful blue sky all across the greater Cincinnati area, but actually you don't have to look too far to see some rain and thunderstorms off in the distance. We're dry across the greater Cincinnati area, and I generally think we stay that way for the rest of tonight. But just to our north, in fact, just north of Dayton, we've got this line of thunderstorms that's starting to work its way to the south and east. Generally, these are moving off to the east, and also just in the last maybe 30 minutes or an hour, you can see that it's starting to kind of weaken out a little bit. So I still think we're dry for the rest of tonight. Bears watching, but I do think for the most part we are dry for the rest of tonight. Tomorrow looks great. Temperatures are reaching into the 80s. We'll have lots of sunshine around tomorrow, but then as we get into Friday, this is when I do think we have the better chance of seeing some rain, possibly some thunderstorms moving into the area Friday evening into Friday night. So that could have an impact on some of your plans. I'll show you the timeline of it all coming up here in a few minutes. Chris? All right. It's going to be a really nice day as well, but as we head into the weekend, there is going to be the chance for some rain on Friday. I'll show you that hiccup as we head into what's overall a pretty nice weekend coming up. You're watching Cincinnati's WLWT News 5, and we'll be right back. Around town right now, I am keeping a close eye on those storms to our north. Right now, they're sitting well to our north, and we're still quiet across Cincinnati. We picked up some beneficial rain earlier this morning, most of that before lunchtime. But here are those thunderstorms that we are watching. Again, fairly to our north, and as I'm looking at this now, I'm even seeing a lot of this activity kind of fading away. So as this system moves to the south and east, which it looks like it has a pretty good push to head to the east and impact more of central Ohio, I do think whatever is still north of kind of Muncie and over toward Fort Wayne likely should kind of start to weaken out. We'll be watching it here as we go throughout the rest of tonight, but right now it's looking like we are still looking at a pretty quiet night for us. 76 in Cincinnati right now. We topped out in the upper 70s today. Hamilton sitting around 80. More of that to come tomorrow. More widespread 80s for tomorrow. 79 in Blue Ash. Anderson sitting at 78. 79 in Colerain. A beautiful evening to be on the riverfront. A little bit breezy outside though, with some of our winds around 15 miles per hour. That should start to calm down for the rest of tonight. I mentioned 80s return tomorrow. Also mild here tonight with temperatures closer to the 50s, and then moving forward, we're sticking with those more mild nights. We will see that rain chance here on Friday evening. Right now, what looks like happens is we start to see kind of a broken line of some thunderstorms moving into the area here Friday evening, likely starting around 5 o'clock or so. And how together that line stays still remains to be seen. I do think there is a chance Friday evening for some rain during any plans you might have if you're doing dinner for restaurant week or going out to the Reds game Friday evening. Keep in mind there could be a shower or a thunderstorm around, but most of this wraps up before you even wake up on Saturday morning. I think there could still be a shower around really early Saturday morning, but for most of us, we end up sleeping through that, and then we're looking at a pretty nice weekend overall, with sunshine returning throughout Saturday afternoon and sticking around all day on Sunday. That's also going to come with temperatures in the 70s, both of those days, mid-70s. So for the rest of this afternoon, or this evening at this point, we should stay mostly dry. If anybody were to see rainfall, it would be our northernmost counties closer to I-70. Then throughout the rest of the day tomorrow, still looking gorgeous outside. We'll see some sunshine. Then into Friday, we'll start the day off with sunshine. I think that sticks with us all day long up until about 5 o'clock. Then we start to see that chance for some showers and thunderstorms around the area. That wraps up overnight Friday into Saturday morning. And then we're looking at a great weekend. 75 Saturday, 76 on Sunday. Night thunderstorms